It was a regular Saturday night. The bar was packed, music was loud, and the crowd was buzzing. That's when she walked in, alone, silent, and strange. She wore a faded red dress like something out of an old black and white movie. Her makeup was immaculate, but off like it was done with products from another era. She didn't look around, didn't smile, just walked right up to me and said, "French 75, no ice." I blinked. "You sure? That's a strong one." She didn't respond, just stared. So I made it. When I handed her the glass, her fingers brushed mine. They were ice cold and trembling. She took a slow sip, closed her eyes, and whispered, "He still isn't back, is he?" I didn't know what she meant. She placed an old silver coin on the bar. I tried to return it, but she was already walking away. When I looked up again, she was gone. Just gone. I checked the cameras, she wasn't on them. And the coin? An authentic US quarter, minted in 1942. He came in every Thursday, sat at the far table in the darkest corner. Never ordered, never drank. He just talked, softly, calmly, like he was having a one-sided conversation. One night, I worked up the nerve to ask him who he was talking to. He didn't look at me, just smiled and said, "They were here before you opened. They're always here." I laughed nervously and walked away. But something about his tone stuck with me. One night, I watched him through the bar mirror, and that's when I saw them. Shapes behind him, moving, shifting, like human silhouettes made of smoke. When I turned around to look directly, they were gone. But when I looked back in the mirror, they were closer. I stopped looking after that. We had this tiny room behind the bar, used mostly to store napkins, straws, old menus, nothing important. But strange things started happening. It began with scratching, like fingernails on wood. Then came the screams, loud, terrified, but only when the door was closed. No one else ever heard them but me. At least, that's what they said. One night, after the sound of crying grew unbearable, I flung the door open. Nothing. But carved into the back wall, fresh and deep, was the word, "Help." I never opened that door again. You'd think an ice machine couldn't be terrifying, but ours was. Late one night, as I was scooping ice into the bin, I saw something inside. Just for a second. A face. Eyes wide, staring up through the cubes, mouth agape like it was screaming, frozen beneath the surface. I screamed. Dropped the scoop. When I looked again, it was just ice. But every so often, the bin freezes over, solid, no mechanical reason. When it does, no one dares open the lid. We ran tabs the old-fashioned way, by hand. One night, a tab appeared near the register. No one recognized the name. Jonas V. The list showed 2 beers, a shot of mezcal, and last words. I asked every bartender. No one remembered ringing it in. No one saw anyone by that name. I checked the register log. It wasn't there. But the paper slip remained. As real as anything. It's pinned to the staff corkboard now. No one touches it. Some nights, the ink seems darker. A college student came in with a group. They were loud, drunk, celebrating something. She excused herself to the restroom around 11:30 p.m. She never came back. At first, her friends thought she was on the phone, or had taken a cab, but her coat, purse, and phone were still at the table. We searched everywhere. Staff, police, even dogs. The bathroom stall was locked from the inside. When they finally forced it open, nothing. She was never found. But sometimes the stall locks itself at exactly 11:30. Our bar had an old air duct system that ran throughout the building. At night you could hear the hum of fans through the ceiling, but one week it changed. It started with a giggle. Childlike, distant. Then a laugh. Guttural. Male. It would echo randomly from the vents, loud enough to make glasses shake on the shelves. We called a technician. He climbed into the ductwork. After 20 minutes, his voice came through the intercom. "Who's the kid up here?" We told him there was no one else. Then the line went dead. We found him in the crawl space, unconscious, fingers covered in deep, tiny bite marks. One of the bartenders, Talia, said she noticed something off in the bar mirror one night. She said her reflection didn't move with her. She lifted her hand, and her reflection was half a second behind. She turned around. It kept staring forward. She screamed and ran out. We checked the security feed. Her reflection blinked after she had already turned. Talia never came back. And the next week, her reflection appeared in the mirror again for a split second. After hours, no one else was in the bar. One night, the beer taps started pouring on their own. First, one keg, then two. Then every single line started spewing beer like fountains. We shut off the valves, unplugged the motors, still they flowed. The owner was called in. When he arrived, he muttered, "It's back." Turns out, the bar had been built on the ruins of an old speakeasy. In 1928, a bartender was shot point blank during a raid, right in front of the taps. He died holding the line open, beer flooding over his corpse. Some say he never let go. The jukebox plays the same song every night before we close, House of the Rising Sun. No one cues it, it just plays. Always the same version. One night, I unplugged the jukebox mid-song. The bar went silent. Then, from every speaker, even the ones we didn't know had audio, came the same line, distorted and slow. "There is a house in New Orleans." Except the voice wasn't from the recording. It was deeper and weirder, like someone buried underground, singing through the earth. We never unplugged it again.